Lyme disease.
That's what we're talking about today. So here's what you need to know about Lyme disease. Let's get started. Okay, Lyme disease was named after a town, Lyme, Connecticut, because that was the first area where this Lyme disease was described. So Lyme disease is caused by a bacterial organism called Borrelia burgdorferi from the family of spirochetes. So spirochetes are literally spiral, long, twisted organisms. So they look like this. I have a picture here. So they kind of look so like a noodle basically. So another organism from this family is Treponema pallidum, and it also causes syphilis, but that's not what we're focused on right now. But I just want you to know that syphilis also comes from this family of organisms. So syphilis bacteria is also spiral. So bacteria Borrelia burgdorferi is transmitted by the bites of a small Aedes tick or black-legged tick as the yes. So when this tick bites a human or a man, that is when the organism moves from the tick into the man because the organism stays in the salivary gland. This is one of the most common tick-borne illnesses in USA right now. Yeah. So this is the life cycle of a tick. Basically, it usually works with the seasons. So the eggs are laid from an adult larva. So sorry, not adult larva, from an adult tick. So the eggs are laid and then they become larvae. So the larva finds its way into a rodent or a bird for that time and stays there and gets bigger and grows. Then when it becomes a nymph, it literally keeps moving from different animals to another animal. It does rodents, deers, squirrels. All of these animals are reservoirs for ticks, so they tend to like to stay in this place. So when the nymph stays on the tick, and it could also move from the tick to like leaves and on the ground. So when a human is walking around in the woods and they just find themselves and they just transfer to the human and they stay on the human for a while they suck some blood, and if the tick happens to be infected, it exchanges, so it takes blood and then leaves behind this bacteria we mentioned, Borrelia burgdorferi. So occurs in wooded areas in spring and early summer, so be careful when walking through the woods. Also, you need to know that Borrelia burgdorferi through the ticks is not sexually transmitted, so you cannot get it from touching, kissing, or having sex with a person that has Lyme disease. It's only gotten from blood to blood transfusions or if you were bitten by an infected tick directly. The stages of Lyme infection or Lyme disease infection goes through three stages. So the earliest manifestation of the Lyme disease presents a week after the tick bite with what we call the erythema migrans. So right now, where the tick bite is, there would be an erythematous, i.e. reddened area. So it has a bull's-eye appearance. So there's a red ring where the tick bite is, and there's a clear center, and it slowly expands, migrants. It's migrating and it's expanding. So usually they get really big. The reddened area gets big. So the person also notices like flu-like symptoms, fever, headache, and something we call regional lymphadenopathy, which is slowly swollen lymph nodes around that region. So this is the first stage, and usually the person could, oftentimes this is just taken for okay flu or something, but you need to see the doctor. So this is a picture of what erythema migrans look like. So as you can see, there's the tick bite is usually would be somewhere around here, and there's this area, and then there's so it looks like a bull's eye. So there's a clearer center, and then it keeps migrating out. So this is the area of the tick bite. This is clear center. So this is the three pictures here are showing what erythema migrans look like. So this is the first stage and the earliest manifestation of Lyme disease. Then the second stage, this is when the bacteria Borrelia burgdorferi has entered into the bloodstream and has migrated to different organs. At this point, you start to see different other complications of Lyme disease. So it could spread to the brain, causing meningitis. It could spread to the joints, causing muscle pain and joint pain. It could also spread to the heart, causing myocarditis or cardiac abnormalities. It could spread to the nerve cells and cause Bell's palsy. For the third stage, it is rare because it is often treated by now, but if it's still not treated, it causes chronic arthritis, which is chronic joint pain, severe and continuous joint pain. So Lyme disease is usually diagnosed by something we call enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. So the person's blood is collected and run through this machine that allows it to check for particular antigens produced by the bacteria or Western immunoglobulin, same concept as the ELISA, treated with antibiotics, doxycycline or penicillin. But please remember not to treat yourself. You should go to a doctor for a prescribed medication. Most importantly, this is so important, how to prevent them. The easiest way to prevent them is just completely avoid getting bitten by them, and you can do this by wearing long sleeve and long pants. If you know you're going camping, taking a hike through the woods during these particular times where they are very prominent, you'd want to wear long sleeves, long pants. You can even tuck your long pants into your socks. You want to carefully examine your skin after a day of camping or hiking. You want to carefully examine your skin. So this tick check can prevent infection because it takes greater than 24 hours of attachment to transfer an organism. So you want to do a tick check because that can prevent infection because it takes greater than 24 hours of attachment to transfer the organism. Then you can do environmental control by insecticides to prevent the ticks. This is how Lyme disease presents.
Is this normal for Lacey?
No, she's been doing harder puzzles for years.
Let me have it. It's okay. Have you ever seen a cow?
I saw a baby deer.
Where?
I think she means at camp. Our church took the kids in July to North Carolina in the mountains. Lacey brought books, picture books. She was good then. She was reading.
She came back like this?
No, she was fine when she got back. She had a flu. It was rough.
A flu? How long after her return?
Couple of weeks. Had to miss the first day of school.
The mountains of North Carolina in July, that is tick season.
Lyme disease.
But she doesn't have a rash.
Sometimes it doesn't show up. Sometimes it's hidden under the hair. Lacey, have your bones been hurting? Lyme is known as the great imitator. It can mimic virtually any disease. Untreated, it can also cause neurological symptoms.
That could be the source of the cognitive decline you're seeing.
But don't worry, it is treatable if diagnosed this early. We'll run a test to confirm, but if this is Lyme, I am quite certain we can get Lacey back to herself in no time.
If you liked this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.